Tonight's news. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork by Jorael on Instagram. I have Jorael's social media linked in the description box. They've got some really great art out there. Go give them a like, a follow, all the good stuff on their social media. Once again, link in description box to them. Now then, if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like and a comment on this video to help the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put Last Christmas. Now then, please enjoy tonight's news, and don't forget to subscribe. Marinette aggressed. Hey, remember that Christmas when Plague and Tiki wrapped us up with lights and then abandoned us for food? Marinette chuckled as her husband handed her a drink, warming her fingers before snuggling into him as he sat down. It's the most memorable moment of our relationship. Really? Even more than an identity reveal involving a Santa hat and a cardboard cutout? He chuckled. I meant the day as a whole, but okay. Does this make us old farts? Reminiscing over our younger memories? We both know you're one for nostalgia and tradition. He scoffed at the remark. I wouldn't say so. What, you? The hopeless romantic? I'd never raise my kid the way my father did. Marinette knew he raised his drink to his lips so he wouldn't have to elaborate. Well, I don't know if that makes this awkward, but... She reached into her pocket, struggling with it. This. What? Are you gonna Adrienne began, cut off as she opened her fist to reveal what sat on her palm. A pacifier. Is that? He whispered. Yep. She nodded, unable to help the grin growing on her face. Are you? She heard his voice catch. Yes! So we're... Adrienne tore his gaze away from the pacifier to look her in the eyes. Yes! Oh, Marinette! He dropped his cup to wrap his arms around her. Adrienne shot back as she tried to put her arms around him, his eyes wide. You can't have this! He exclaimed, ripping the cup from her hand and tossing it to the ground. Adrienne! She yelled in surprise. It's bad for the baby! It's hot chocolate, you goof! He froze, blinking, as his face turned red. Whoops, he whispered. And even if it was something with caffeine, you don't deny to a pregnant woman. Do that again and I'll have twins. His eyes widened further. More kids? Why do I feel like that's an incentive? Marinette narrowed her eyes. They could be siblings. Yes, that's, how twins work. Oh, Marinette! He flung his arms around her once more. Love of my life, mother of my children! You're gonna make me drop the pacifier, she laughed. He leaned back, taking her shoulders in his hands. Do Mom and Dad know? They will if you give this to them. Adrienne took the pacifier out of her hand like a precious jewel. We're gonna be parents, he whispered. You're going to be a dad. Adrienne looked up at her. I'm going to be a dad, he echoed. It's a Christmas miracle, he yelled into the sky. Well, I'm 8 weeks long, so literally none of what has or will happen has anything to do with the month of December. Don't ruin the moment, love. He pressed his ear and cheek into her stomach. You won't hear anything through this coat. Besides, it's too early. Shh, Adrienne began. Let me bond with my child. Marinette let him pose there, in her lap, and gently brushed her fingers through his hair for a few minutes before she noticed his shoulders. Dude, she said, are you crying? I'm gonna be your dad, he whispered, turning his face into her stomach. Oh. She understood. And you'll be good at it, she soothed. You're a good man, Adrienne aggressed. When he didn't answer, she continued. I wouldn't have taken your last name if I thought it was a dirty word. He looked up at her, eyes glassy. Tell me. Tell you what? If I ever act like my father, tell me. She wanted to assure him he never would, that he was nothing like his father and he would never let his child crave for attention. But she didn't. Such words would be empty in the moment. I will, Marinette said, tucking a piece of hair behind his ear. Besides, you can literally turn into a magical cat boy. You're going to be a wonderful dad. He chuckled, still tense. I suppose you have a point. And I'll be beside you every step of the way. Yeah, I know. So, what do you say we head to the bakery? The bakery? To tell my parents. Oh, he thought about it. Wait, no. What's the problem? Not like this. What do you mean? Marinette furrowed her eyebrows. Look at what I'm wearing. I don't want to look like a slob that knocked He cleared his throat. I want to look groomed when we tell your father. She rolled her eyes. Fine, she sighed, knowing how important this was to him. We'll do it your way. Thanks, he said, his shoulders lowering with a sigh. And start thinking of nursery colors. Nursery? He flashed a grin before hiding it with his fingers. This means baby shoes! He exclaimed. And baby hats, Marinette added. Baby costumes! She couldn't help but laugh at the onset of her husband's baby fever. Yes, baby costumes as well, as long as you promise not to do any dangerous stunts with the little one as Cat Noir. Me? He pressed a hand to his chest. I would never. Marinette rolled her eyes and stood up, extending a hand to her husband. Round 2? Of? Adrienne questioned, taking it. Someone managed to trash both of our drinks, she winked. Oh. Yeah, my bad. Interlacing their fingers, they went back to the coffee stand, making a joke about what the baby wanted to drink. And Marinette knew it was the start of 7 more months of pregnancy puns. Oh well. Her husband was happy, she was happy, and they bought hot chocolate surrounded by twinkling holiday lights. Just like the reveal so many years ago, tonight's news would be memorable to them both. Thank you so much for listening. You can find other Miraculous Ladybug content, both Christmas-themed and not, on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put, aggressed babies. Why not? I will catch you in the next one, or Adrienette babies, whichever ones you like more. Bye!